Well, good day and welcome to the OLLI Exchange, where we update the OLLI community on upcoming classes and events. With us today is Dr. Len White, professor of economics at the University of Arkansas, retired, of course. Len, welcome and thanks for agreeing to teach your class, the American Labor Union Movement.
Oh, thank you. Good to be here.
Good, well, thanks. Len, in your description of the class in the catalog, you start off with this wonderful question: who killed the American Labor Union Movement? This sounds like something out of Perry Mason. What might attendees expect to learn from your sessions?
Well, I hope they'll learn why the American labor movement has gone into decline. The course is sort of organized like a trial, with introducing the suspects first and then the evidence and then summary. But pinning the guilt down on any one of these suspects is going to be difficult. There's an awful lot of blame to go around. So I try and go through everything I go through the history, starting back with the pitch gun battles of the 19th century and up through, the television workers announced a strike yesterday. There is some union activity recently, a lot more than there has been for a long time. So I try and cover the whole range and who caused what.
Great. I mean, for most of us, that's a history that a lot of us really haven't been exposed to, because the labor union movement hasn't been very powerful in the last few decades.
That's right. The decline starts in the mid-'60s, and it is precipitous and widespread. The unions are basically relocating from manufacturing over into education and government. That's what's happening.
Okay. So is that one way that this history might be relevant to today, then, the manufacturing to services? What else?
It is. We'll go into the reasons why this is happening and the difficulties of union organizing. Incidentally, in preparation, if you're going to take the course, watching the movie Norma Ray would be great preparation, because that illustrates a lot of what's happened to the union movement in recent times. And also, I might point out, and you can see it in the Norma Ray movie too, to some extent, the history of the labor movement, union movement, is very similar to the history of the racial equity movement in the United States and the fight for civil rights. And there's a lot of parallels there. That surprised me. I wasn't expecting it when I started this research.
Well, great. This sounds like a subject that, for most of our OLLI members, we've kind of lived a good part of that history, but maybe we don't recognize it as much. So this would be a good opportunity to come back to speed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say, it's really the 1930s, the New Deal, and Franklin Roosevelt that passed the legislation that allowed the unions to expand as they did. And it's an erosion of those ideas that's caused it to go into decline. One theory says the workers are simply so well off these days that they don't need unions. And I'm not a fan of that theory, but that is one of the theories to explain their demise.
So what I hear you saying is you're going to try to be the neutral person in this and present the evidence both ways and let people make up their own mind.
That's right. It's the jury would be the students, and I would try and give them all the facts.
Well, great. Len, you've taught a number of OLLI classes. How would you compare and contrast the typical OLLI class with that of maybe a typical undergraduate class that you taught? Now, be careful, because I was one of your undergraduates too.
the big thing about OLLI classes is there are no prerequisite courses. So if you use an idea that has any technology or arcane parts of economics in it, you have to go back and build a bridge. I worked for many years as an expert witness in antitrust cases, and in testifying before a jury, you've got to always be building bridges and making sure you filled in the background. So in that sense, it's a little different. The level, it would be typical of a undergraduate labor economics course, to several lectures in that course.
Got it. Good. Well, look, folks, there you have it. The history of the American labor movement is an important subject of our country. And it might even help explain some of what's happening today as well. Now, Len's class will be 4 sessions. The first session will be held Monday, October 18th, from 1:30 to 2:30 on Zoom. Len, that's a great idea. So it's just an hour on Zoom, each of the sessions, if I'm reading that right.
That's right. I work better on an hour than 2 hours.
No, I think that's a great idea for Zoom. And so again, Monday, October 18th, 4 sessions, but just 1 hour apiece. You'll want to enroll and join this unique OLLI class. Len, thank you for joining us today, and thanks for agreeing to teach the class as well.
Okay, thank you. Good to be here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.